Hi, this is Swapna, working as Assistant Professor in the Department of Computer Science and Engineering. In this session, we'll be seeing about Introduction to Object-Oriented Programming and a program to demonstrate on class. Object-Oriented Programming in C++. An object-oriented programming is a set of methodologies using which large complex programs can be developed easily. So these are the set of rules which are used to develop the complex program in easy way. And the first one is class. Class is a collection of data members and member functions. And the second one, object. Object is an instantiation of class. And the third one, data abstraction and encapsulation. Data abstraction is the process of hiding certain details, and encapsulation, wrapping up of data and functions into a single unit, is known as encapsulation. Then we have the concept of inheritance, where certain properties of a class and transfer it to other class. Then we have polymorphism, dynamic binding and message passing. I am not going very theoretical detail about all these points. All the features of object-oriented programming can be implemented using classes and objects. Class is a collection of data members and member functions. And this is the syntax of class. We can create a class by using this syntax. The class is a keyword which is used to define a class. A class name is the name of the class. Open curly bracket indicates beginning of the class. Public, private, protected are the access specified. It is used to specify the scope of the data members and member function. Closing curly braces and it is terminated by semicolon indicates the end of the class. And I will show you the example of class. So this is the example of class student. And the second one, object. An object is an instantiation of class. We can create an object by using this syntax. An example of object is student obj. So this is an example for creating an object for student class. Let's take a real world example of how object-oriented programming could help. Let's say, for example, in procedure-oriented programming, if we want to display n number of students' data, then we have to create n number of functions which operates on individual students. Whereas in object-oriented programming, in order to display n number of students, we have only one class which includes variables and function of a student. Using this single class, we can display the details of n number of students. So, this was a just overview in terms of visual representation. Now, let us see a program to demonstrate on student class. This is a week 1 program in data structures through C++. The C++ program begins with #include iostream.h. It is a predefined library function. The header file iostream should be included at the beginning of all the C++ programs that use input-output statement. And in the next statement, This is the way we declare a class in C++ by using keyword class. A class is a keyword used to define a class, and a class name is the name of the class. This is a declaration for a class named student. The body of the class is enclosed within the braces and it is terminated by semicolon. Whatever will come inside the starting and ending curly bracket will be considered as a part of class. In the next statement, inside the class, here I am declaring data members are roll number, name. Here I have not declared any access specifier. So by default the roll number, name is a private data member. Hence the variable roll number, name is a private data member of student class. Private members are not initialized directly. They should be initialized through the member function. In C++, the member function can be defined inside the class or outside the class. Here I am defining the functions within the class, and the functions are read student data, display student data. The members that are defined under public session are called as public member. These functions can be accessed inside and outside the class. Here I am using read student data function to initialize a values to the variables. And I am using display student data function to display the values on the monitor. This line indicates the end of the class. The creation of a class is no use if objects are not constructed, because class does not occupy memory. To make use of a class, objects should be created. Objects are the actual variables which occupies memory in RAM. So, inside the main function, the statement student obj, it creates an object to student class. When the object is created, it will allocate a memory to student class, which is the actual object whose address 1001 is assigned to obj. Therefore, obj object is created as shown in the memory. The statement obj.readStudentData calls the readStudentData method in student class. Then the readStudent method is invoked by using an object obj. So the control goes to readStudentData method definition. Then the control enters into the readStudentData method. The statement cout will print the data on the monitor by using cout object. Cin object reads the value from the keyboard. For example, this is the data that I am reading from the keyboard and sent to extraction operator, which then store the value in the variable name. This is how the value is stored in the variable inside the memory. After executing read method, again the control return back to the main function. And in the next statement, object dot display student data calls the display student data method in the student class. So, the display method is invoked using an object. Then the control goes to display student data method definition, and the control will enter into display student data method. The statement cout will print the data on the monitor by using cout object. And in the next statement, the value of name, that is Praneeth, is taken by insertion operator, and then it is submitted to cout object, which in turn print the value on the monitor. After executing this method, the control will return back to main function, and the main function is terminated with a closed curly bracket. Then next we go to compilation and execution part of this program. To open Turbo C++ compiler, just we need to double click on the Turbo C++ compiler icon. Here I have already written the code in my workspace. I am going to compile it. Here the code is successfully compiled. Run the program. So here I am giving the input values, that is name, roll number, course, and the field. Then press enter to display the value. To close the workspace, click on file menu and select the quit option. Thank you.